14. And I hope that you have opened it up already. And it's first one was the blockchain economy that I was covering. And then the second lecture starts with value transfer over internet and Satoshi Nakamoto cryptography mailing list. Brief history of Bitcoin. Okay. Basically, this one I have talked about it. This is blocks, and blocks are mined, and then after you have a mined, then basically this heavy arrow means POW is imposed on it. So unless you repeat a POW work, then you cannot regenerate the hashes. Okay, so that is the protection mechanism. Right? Because of this, because a heavy amount, large amount of energy has been spent, because of that, it has worked. By the way, there was a question last time. Basically, if a block is mined, what is the mechanism for minting new Bitcoin? So basically, in each block, the miner who has succeeded in creating new block, the first transaction he pays by, himself a new Bitcoin. So the miner has the minting right, okay? Because the miner was successful in creating, so the first transaction it mints and give its address. Newly created Bitcoin. Okay, so first transaction is always coin-based transaction, which is the minting transaction. New Bitcoin is created. So the miner, when the miner makes a block, first transaction he first pays himself. And then rest of them is the transaction from others. And then if this block, if he succeeded in making mining proof of work successful, then this minting transaction is executed by others so that he can get his Bitcoin, his reward, block reward. Block generation reward, and so on. And here, Bitcoin is a P2P network of nodes. It attracts P2P nodes because of this mechanism, economic mechanism. Okay, because a node can earn Bitcoin, so they flock together to do the mining work. And then they are the ones who maintain the blockchain, right? Because they are the creator of a blockchain, they are the security holders of this blockchain, and so on. Has each block time-stamped and then store transactions. Has the blocks chained together with the hashing function. Has a block include the hash or a summary of the past block, okay? Blockchain. So you guys can read about this because I already have told you, and then there is a video, right? In case you want to see the video, you can take a look at that, okay? And Bitcoin enables communications of digital messages, such as A gives B a single coin, works like an in-person transfer of cash over the internet, right? So without meeting the other party, you can pay him over the internet. That's innovation. Just by sending a digital message over the internet, one can transfer a real value. Namely, one can transfer a coin, a valuable digital asset, to anyone over the internet without going through a trusted third party. Okay, that's the innovation. So Bitcoin works like an in-person cash transfer, but how? And each transaction is verified before being written into blockchain. Only have the verified transaction recorded in the ledger. Okay, once recorded, every block is sealed in an immutable way that the content cannot be altered. This is the work of POW, right? So for example, you come to the convenience store and then try to purchase an item, like a drink. And basically, what do? You pay money, and then on the other hand, you get the merchandise, right? It has to be done simultaneously. So that's the case. And then when you do this, basically, suppose a transaction of coin transfer from A to B. Basically, this is I'm trying to talk about the double spending problem, right? So you give this money, and then you get the merchandise, right, through the internet, and that type of stuff. And then, so it has to be, you have to verify the ownership of A has enough Bitcoin, right, to make this transaction. And then it has to be double spending free, and then verify the transactions are scribed into the blockchain. All right, so this is what I have already told you, right? So basically, in order to do that, there is a timestamp for each transaction because this is included in a block. Block has a timestamp. So every transaction made in that block has a timestamp. So I'm simplifying this. So at time 0, A gives B 2 Bitcoin, and then he has to attach valid signature, right, to prove the ownership. And then B gives C 1 coin because he got 2 coins because of this transaction. And then there is no transaction here. And then C, after he or she got the 1 coin, he can start to spend it after the time, after this time point number 1. Okay. So this simplified transactions can be visualized this way. Okay. And then since you guys can open up and see these things, these transactions, so basically you can verify, anyone can verify if B has enough coin to make this transaction. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go over everything because these are the things that I have already told you. And then the anonymity part, basically any person can make more than one private key, public key pair to protect himself or herself. All right, so things are done. And then here is the cryptography mailing list. And then first white paper. And November 1st, Satoshi Nakamoto have sent mail to the crypto mailing list. And then he says, I've been working on a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no trusted third party. The paper is available here. And then people can go there and download his paper, probably read about it. It's only 9 pages long, so it's you can read it very quick. And he says, the main properties are double spending is prevented with the P2P network, okay, without banks involved. Right? So no mint or other trusted parties. That's what he says. And participants can be anonymous. New coins are made from proof of work. So this is previous work, right? You don't, and the proof of work for new coin generation also powers the network to prevent double spending. Now you understand what it means, right? And that's Satoshi Nakamoto. And then here there is this sentence in the middle of the abstract. The network timestamp transactions by hashing them into an ongoing chain of hash-based